what it is.
Not long ago, but then lifetimes ago.
This is the original spiral of growth, expansion of consciousness. The natural expansion, which connects everything together in a mathematical matrix, would create perpetual motion of life in the outbuilding of all structure, so that all structure would continue to breathe in and out of God's source, and in and out of all identity realities held within God's source. So your identity reality as an individual you, having been created through a certain structure, would have perpetual motion of life within yourself. Right?
Yeah, life force.
Life force, life source, energy currents of divine right order, divine right timing through all matrices of expansion. You have your self-identity consciousness within that field of support, so that the mother, the womb, the matrix, the morphogenetic field would support your self-identity within a system that's always got eternal life working in it. It's connected to source, it's connected to polarity, expansion, diversity. That always feeds back to source, and source is always breathing in and out through you. Through every part of creation is working in and out through energy lines to sustain the hologram, and it can change the hologram too by evolution of consciousness up to higher, finer, more pure forms of communication. But even right down to the bottom density, we would have normally had perpetual motion in the structure, because that was the original creative pattern. When the Fibonacci series and the Golden Mean series and other siphoning codes came in, it started extracting quanta or time segments out of the matter base and identity realities and pulling energy down the black hole, diminishing the living system to what we've got today, where we find this body is in a state of decay. This body is in a state of collapse. Every atom has a half-life and it's starting to diminish, and eventually this body, through the gravity, would end up in the grave. Grave,
and the planet.
Gravity, planet, everything, all matter base.
This solar system.
Gravity, grave. Oh, I never thought.
Gravity, grave. Levity, light. Levity, light. Gravity drags you to the grave. Levity lifts you to the light.
Well, that's interesting.
Levity and gravity is harmony and full control of your space-time hologram.
Wow, I remember in the born-again church they would levitate and they'd say it was the work of the devil or something.
Like the saints levitate?
They do.
It's just a matter of harmonising your frequencies within your anatomy, because you're connecting what we call overtones and bass tones, and you're making resonant tones in your hologram. So you can actually move yourself anywhere in space-time because of your control of mind and matter, mind over matter.
Yeah, once you've got to that point.
But you've got to reconnect back into a living system that'll support you and give you the codes back that you've lost, that have been already stolen from you.
From where?
From where?
Sorry, where do we import back in?
So this is the host. This is what we call the host. You know, when someone comes to your house and you are the hostess, or you are the host, someone comes there, you're putting on everything for the person kind of thing, right? So this matrix means mother, means mind, means morphogenetic field, is distorted and it's in a state of decay. We cannot get the life structuring from this current matrix to support our life and let us rise up and overcome death in the body, because the mother doesn't support it. The mind, you know, the multidimensional structure, it doesn't support it.
Will she one day?
Only through the host. The host gives you those codes that are in your higher dimensional minds, stations of consciousness, will bring them back in. So instead of having an outer world of distortion, you're going to create a new world, or mind, or mother, matrix, morphogenetic field, of original perpetual motion codes that you can download into your biological anatomy to marry up with your inner reality, pure form of original consciousness. Right? Because the inner creates the outer.
So if you opened up all of your chakras, including a crown, solar star, and can directly go to source, over time that will clear, and so you should have a direct connection, shouldn't you?
That's the whole idea, is realigning with your original self.
Okay.
See, because our original self is distorted, or hidden. It's hidden. It's hidden. It's probably still existing in a wholeness, but what's overlaid it, our sort of sense of reference of our self-identity, is an intrusion. It's a falsification. It's a lie.
But once all that is open, that all dissipates, doesn't it?
Provided we can keep the focus upon our original self-identity, rather than bringing in something else which has been rushing our energy, taking our energy from us. Right? So that original spiral of the Cathara grid is a 2-to-1 ratio expansion, whereas the Fibonacci one is set on a very tight code.
So where does the Cathara grid come from? The host?
Well, the Cathara grid is the original template of our divine creative being. It's the blueprint of life that sustains and perpetuates life. It's perpetual motion generator.
We all have this?
We all originally have this within ourselves, and it's in our Christ within. You heard a lot of religions talk about Christ within you, Christ within you, the Christ star, which is the original perpetual motion action of your original creation of self.
So if you've awakened that, that's all our aim is, isn't it? To awaken
The I amness, the self-identity of originality, is that pattern or mathematical encryption that gives you your identity in space-time. Now, this body is not a representation of perpetual motion life. It's in a state of decay. Right? It's
Because of gravity.
gravity, and the gravity occurred because the alien intruders, which you call race line intruders, who hybridised with our ancestors, who taught our ancestors wrong spins and flows of the Merkaba, etc., they've educated us and shown us the wrong codings and things.
But the spin of the planet causes gravity.
Yeah, I mean, there's the normal gravity that you would have in a planet on a balanced form.
Unless we're spinning the wrong way.
We've got a lot more gravity here, and there's less light and more mass. There's a lot of density and distortions in the field here because of unbalance. And the imbalance really came through intruder race lines extracting certain quotients or quantum out of the fields of the hologram so that they would take that energy back down the wormhole, black hole, to their matrix to eat our energy. So we have become depleted because we've been vacuumed or siphoned, vampired, whatever. They're taking our matter base down black hole.
As more light comes into the planet and more light comes into us, we connect with the Christ being that we are. And as more light comes into the planet itself, won't the planet become lighter so that there'll be less gravity?
Well, that was what would have been the Regenesis mission plan, to actually regenerate the whole planet through the guardians on the earth, which we would be.
But that's in the process of all happening now.
Well, we had a far greater evolution of consciousness previous to this time. We're in a very depressed state and consumed state. There may not be enough time cycles left within the earth, and in actual fact they say there's not. The density and the slowness of the movement of the energy within the hologram is so slow because, over the previous time cycles we should have been activating and far more vibrant than we are now.
So shouldn't someone put a shield up so that there's no pull from these other areas?
Well, we are deflecting a lot.
Shield?
But
Like the angels?
that shield you'll create yourself by bringing in more light to you. That will be your shield. You'll get to
planet?
We've done a lot of
Planet's
technologies.
doing it too.
Well, the planet is dependent on the guardians,
Right.
because the guardians come up through the womb of the earth as guardians on the earth to flow energies in the true direction according to the cosmic clock and everything, right? But because the intruders have been winding the planet down and distorting and teaching people to spin the Merkabas the wrong way and ratios and speeds, everything's been shut down and the earth's become distorted because the guardians have become distorted.
So they've all lost their way.
They've lost their way through intrusion.
All the Merkaba things that were out and being taught everywhere, I tried to set up a course at home and it never happened. It always fell through. So I never got to actually do that, which is interesting.
There's some teachers out there who teach Merkaba mechanics.
Yeah.
And although actually Anna never condemns any teacher by name,
No.
she can condemn the teachings She can condemn the teachings and say, these teachings will put your energy fields into reverse cycle, which we call reverse DNA sequence. It'll suck your energy down and make you align with the black hole. So you'll be going down the black hole more and more as you practice these vortex siphoning systems in your body. You're sucking other people's energy and you're becoming an agency for the black hole, which is, you're corrupting and killing yourself and everything else.
Yeah, or negative, which is...
Well, reverse spin, reverse cycle, reverse spiral, and you're aligning with black hole and you're actually gathering energy for the invading team and you're killing yourself in the process.
Terrible.
Right, that's what's happening in the Earth.
To a lot of people.
I'll say everyone on the planet's doing it unless they know how to correct it.
And the way you do correct it is just by going straight to source and bringing in the light until you expand and expand and expand that light yourself, so that doesn't affect.
Bringing in the light, because...
Jesus said he wants to save you.
Well, if everyone's their own saviour, you're going to work out your own salvation, right? You're going to work it out yourself, because no one's going to do it for you vicariously. It's like a lot of Christians in the churches are thinking Jesus is going to come and save me. And Jesus is saying, hey, I've shown you the way. You are also the way. And the way is to focus on your own original self-identity reality and build yourself back up again. Right?
When we invoke the light and connect to source, what's the relationship between the state of the earth and the corrupted or distorted stargates and our ability to bring in the light?
Well, everyone is suppressed to a very, very large degree because of the current distortion fields, like transmissions that run through the hologram of the Earth. The old Atlantean crystalline structure used to be here to broadcast through the pyramids and everything else, to broadcast energies. Well, there are many broadcasting systems in the Earth, as well as what we call interference nets of interference, and there are many alien intruder raceline teams that are vying for control of the hologram by broadcasting through the hologram of the Earth signals to their own offspring. Say, if you are more Anunnaki, if you are more Draconian, if you are more various kind of race lines, Pleiadians or whatever, you've got those codings. Well, certain teams in the Earth are broadcasting, just like Channel 7, Channel 9, Channel 10. They're all broadcasting different things. You would be tuned to Channel 10, you like Channel 10, whatever. Your antenna through your DNA is attuned to that frequency, and part of the transmission base in the Earth is run by intruder race lines. Another intruder race line will be running this channel, another one will be running that channel, and all the various species will be feeling the attunement with those. So everyone on here is shut down to a very, very large degree according to the broadcasts that they're currently tuned in with, through the genetics and through the training and through the mind control and everything else that operates here.
So the different religions would show which ones are connected to what, wouldn't they?
Yeah, basically they would have had a similar kind of an attunement.
Because that's their spiritual connection.
Like, for example, the Islam, they've got a very, how would you say, kind of a different alien race line, very, very true.
Different to others.
Transmitting through their lines, through Mecca and other Medina and things like that.
Could be another star system?
They all come from different star systems. They came and had their own race lines here. Originally they were all from Christic race lines, and they were here to regenerate the whole planet. The 12 legions on 12 stargates were here to regenerate the whole planet.
And it fell.
Well, intruders came in and started to usurp the roles of the teachers and started to teach reverse Merkaba spins, reverse energies, and DNA coding, bringing more codes in, shut down codes, to give the intruders more of a presence genetically into the broadcasting system, so that all of their adherents would continuously be running the agenda of the black hole.
So as Earth herself brings in more light, she'll be throwing that out, won't she?
It would be good if people had been doing this a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like it was the original Christic mission, was to run these codes, good ones.
The information pretty late, 10 years ago, but we ended it earlier, didn't we?
Getting back to Sylvia's question there, about, can we attune now to the true alignment of Christic realities? We can do it through knowing about it. And the most important thing is to know that we all are within the distortion. No matter what we're learning, what we're speaking, what we're thinking, all of us are coded in the body through genetic lines. We're all coded to the corruption. That's why the body dies. If the body was not corrupted, it would just turn back to light and off you go, right?
Immortality.
Immortality, perpetual motion of life, full control of your vessel, in any space-time reality.
So it's forgive me, Father, for they know not what they do. In other words, love them, let them all go.
Yeah, in some way, although you do have to, people have to be accountable for their actions, which is why a law still works in this world, which is why America, for example, is reaping the whirlwind at the moment through her actions through the United Nations and everything else. As a nation, they've been raping the world, right?
In some ways.
In some ways,
The
yeah.
Hitler's agenda.
Yeah, not really, because it's still operating in South America, Russia, even in America, it's the biggest Nazi.
Yes, Nazi
Yeah.
was in
Nazis,
America.
Yeah.
Americans,
So it's still running.
They say that.
It's the Zetas running the whole
It's not the
They want the
ordinary people so much, it's the governments, the people, the politicians.
But as people bring in
Corporations.
more light into themselves, all that will diminish.
Yes, but they don't. You know, you look at
They don't go,
the
yeah.
book, the Bible, it says in John 3, it says, they love not the light, but prefer the darkness. And they would not come into the light unless their sinful deeds would be exposed. So people, being dark, don't want to come into the light.
Yeah. I show these teachings
Yeah.
to people and they
We've
don't
got
understand them even, not interested. There's so few of us.
Because we're pulling 14, 15 dimensional frequencies, 13, 14, 15, which is over and above the 12 dimensions that are in the Kapara grid, very, very few workers in the high dimensional light frequency bands can actually override a lot of the lower base elemental distortion fields. Right, we can broadcast like a carrier wave. See, like dimension 11 and 12 is silver light, and it carries any other frequency we put on it. And I learned this, like any energy that's moving in the world, telephone,
all the way.
TV, security, radio,
Like,
any kind of transmission that's going anywhere through electricity or broadcasting through waves, from a high mind you can actually attach your command tones into that to broadcast the living system into all other base low systems that people are tuned into.
it's
Right.
amazing.
I've got a question here regarding this. The electricity companies, well, not the government, I think, wants to put some kind of a box in your house on the pretext of saving electricity. Do you know any more about that? Is that
What, the smart meter?
about? No, not the smart meter. No, another box, something else.
Look, I did hear it once, yeah. Oh, yes, a friend of mine at work was telling me about it.
Yeah.
So they can tell you what to turn off and what to turn on, or
Something
it
like
will turn it off and on for you.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're only trying to justify charging you for electricity, really. Yeah, it's just another spying mechanism probably too.
Probably.
Yeah. But like the most important thing is
All waves in your house.
Yeah.
there's so many control waves in this planet. It's very hard for anyone to wake up, especially, like we've said before, anything external to your body is coding your body from the outside. So everything that's coming back into your body through the sentience of your body is coding the body. The body is supposed to be transmitting the inner realities to transform the world around.
Okay, so if you use the light to connect that, to fill yourself with the light, that's what you're encoding in your body and that's what you're giving out, isn't it?
That's right. And that's the whole
That's
reversal.
where I'm going.
That's the reversal. The world has corrupted us.
Track that too.
Can you actually see this picture? Even this, like that picture there, for example, is a symbol code. Now, witchcraft and black magic and all of those things, they use symbols and spells and energies to change the outer world.
The American military, Pentagon.
Flames.
Right?
Did he have forging eyes around?
And you even wonder about the crop circles,
They're encrypted.
doing it.
A lot of people worship the crop circles, but they're actually letting you know that there are a lot of alien forces here putting their stamp as a symbol on the earth and saying, look at this.
Yeah.
And it's a distorted symbol. Not many of them are what we call Christic.
And that's my feeling like that's it's just the sense I've had. I used to think, the crop circles, they're wonderful, blah, 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 and I don't anymore.
No.
I think, what are they doing?
They're encryptions.
Yes, and
Really. When I first saw them, I thought they were DNA codes to activate the heart
Yeah.
chakra.
Some of them are.
Some maybe, yes, some would be.
Some of them are DNA, all of them are DNA codes. They put a broadcast into the hologram, and it's saying, I'm putting you under my control. Whereas, what we're learning with this technology is every symbol code, which you breathe into yourself through the pineal gland and down into your biological computer, every symbol code is there to restore the original template of your perpetual motion temple, so that you can actually start to regain your original energy imprint and overthrow the corruption of your body. But see, this is the whole thing. Whatever the eyes perceive is coding your body. Whatever the cells of your body receive through food is coding the membranes and the DNA of your cells.
The air and the waves.
The air, the waves, the food, the water, everything on the outside of the sentience of your body is coding your body. But within you is that beautiful one, that living sun, the radiant one, that light of all truth and knowing and wisdom. That when you let this one rise up and start to reconfigure the computation of this temple, you will emanate and radiate and transform the world, because you are the one bestowing the beauty of holiness.
Coming from that one.
That's what you're saying. Yeah?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So really, if you can connect enough, purify enough, then your own sense will develop and say, yeah, that one's right and that one's wrong. You'll know.
The awareness,
You'll
yeah.
know yourself.
Yeah. On that note, the Olympic Games, do you know what the official theme is? And all the symbolism they use is Zionism, which is the controllers, the black hole agenda.
Which thing?
Zionism.
Zionism.
Zionism, yeah, all the
But then
symbols
I
that
don't
they
know
use,
that's
on,
right.
it's on the, even on every microscope they use when they, when the reporters, yeah.
So why wouldn't you just lift yourselves up enough to bring that white light or Christ-like white gold through and spread it over that area?
We'll do that.
Yeah, that's what we're here for, eh?
Yes, and that's what I do constantly.
Yes.
Wherever there's a pocket somewhere, that's what I do, because I can't do anything else.
No, you can't physically go there and change their minds. You can't talk them into it. You can't talk anybody. If they can't receive what you're saying, it doesn't make sense. Like Sylvia said, you try to show the people the work, does not compute.
Yeah.
But you can affect a part of their inner original structure to stimulate it into life.
Oh, there's one of ask questions then.
Oh,
Can we become aware?
Carol Mace goes into that too, that where you've got a certain person who's dark, so they've got a certain sickness. You can show them how to get over that sickness, but they'll probably say, look, no, I don't want to get rid of this sickness because I'm going to lose all my friends.
That's right.
This makes me unique.
That's right. That's their communication in that level.
right.
Yeah.
At table tennis yesterday, one of the guys comes in, he's got a big plaster on his cheek. So what's happened? Oh, he's just had chemo to remove the cancer. So I started telling him about the natural remedies, about balancing your pH. Your body would be acidic, and it's always now I'll just see how the medical treatment goes.
People trust.
And then, but there was another guy, and then he said exactly the same thing that I did. He got hit twice with,
Double witness,
yeah. And then he started, oh yeah, maybe I will,
See, because the people, if they're supported by the corruption, they will remain in the corruption.
Yeah.
Right?
I was really surprised. Now there's another person who's,
There's money to be made into that. That's true. There's huge money being made.
That's right.
In the dimensions, Clint, I sort of saw a bit of a vision that there was the 12,
Yeah.
and then another 12, and then another 12, but the 15, it was 15, 15, 15, but then the 3 between 14, 15, 13, 14, 15 was a triangle. So it was like a gateway into the next. So there's really 12 dimensions.
Yeah.
And then a gate.
Do you know how it works actually?
No.
You've got the 12 tree grid. Have you seen that pattern?
The 10 tree of life.
I'll just get those out
I have
because
seen it, but I don't know it. I'm not
There's a
about it.
Mercury.
The six-sided you're talking about.
Oh no, that's the Star of David, isn't it?
That's
The tree of
Zion.
life.
Star of Zion. Star of David.
The hydrogen
that?
Really?
This one here,
So David is on.
The tree of life.
that's what they call the CRIST code, or the 12-tree grid.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Dimensions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's the harmonics. See,
So where's the 15 then?
what it does, if you could imagine, you took another one of those and you put it, you left that point there and you spun another one, so you've got one going at that side. Okay, now these, through dimension 12, you join into 13, right?
Once the 12's all hit.
Yeah, once you've gone up through this, you go into the 13, and this one that comes out this side here is what we call the light and sound field. These are density. This is a pre-matter liquid light. This here is what we call harmonic universe 4, pre-matter liquid light. This is harmonic universe 3, 2, 1. So this would be Earth, Tara, Gaia. Right? So if you go to ninth dimensional frequency band, you're in what we call Gaia expression of the hologram of Earth, right? So you've got light, sound there, right? So light and sound fields come in, and they work down through this is what you call the particle universe. So if you can imagine, this body is a particle manifestation, looks made out of particles, right? And this is the light and sound field that joins into it to create the flows in and out through the perpetual motion.
And it has to be on the left, does it?
Yeah, and then what will happen is you have another one of those up this way, and then another one that way.
And what happens out that way? If this side is light and sound, you said, on the left,
No,
what's on the right?
no, it's still light and sound fields on the other side, but this one's the anti-particle universe. So you've got particle universe, anti-particle universe, light and sound field, light and sound field.
So the subconscious mind is the anti-particle?
No, the subconscious mind is that which is suppressed,
Right.
that was originally part of your structure.
Foreconscious.
Yeah, because we have to undo the subconscious and the unconscious and the totally conscious of the living memory of all life everywhere. Right? We're not going to keep a subconscious mind once we hear ourselves.
Burner, isn't it?
Yeah.
Burner mind.
Yeah, so that's it.
So that's where the 15 comes in, is it, Brad? Those other ones?
The 15 comes in through joining a light and sound field there, where there's marvellous graphs that we've got in the books here that show the intermingling of all the fields working in spherical energies, and of this harmonic one, there will be 15 dimensions. And then on the harmonic 2, there will be 15 dimensions, 15 dimensions, 15
So
dimensions.
harmonic 1, you mean the 4 of them is harmonic 1?
Yeah, it's like
Right.
at this density, which we call harmonic universe 1, where the bass pulse rhythm has got a certain resonance. Like, for example, how fast does the hologram of this picture switch off and on? Like, on a computer screen turns off and on so many times, I think 3 times a microsecond or whatever. You can't see the picture disappearing and appearing, disappearing and appearing. Just like you can't see how you reproduce your body at the speed at which
It's not
your
that
energy.
speed of the computer, is it?
Well, the energy here, what they say, because your matter base is spinning at 33 1/3 trillion times per billion for the second, the electrical top is spinning at 33 1/3 trillion times per billion for the second. So you're switching your computation of light, sound, expansion,
I
contraction.
thought they were the same thing.
No, light emits, sound contracts.
So the same wave.
The same way, it's like the particle collapse. So when the particle phasing switches on, it's a light emission, expansion, oscillation. When it comes back to report to God's source, it's contraction.
Yeah.
And it's high vibration. So high vibration is density, high oscillation is expansion. So they have an intermingling enmeshment, so that expansion and contraction are continuously enmeshed together as a unit with God's source, which is another point, which is the triangle that you see. The triangle is particle phasing.
Right.
God's source particle expresses into space-time matrices, electric, magnetic, and when it expresses, it's light emission. When it joins back together and comes back to the source, it's fusion, which is sound. So in the beginning, the word said,
So that's us absorbing it.
fusion is
Fusion,
sound,
oxygen.
is contraction,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
vibration, which is potential. So if you have a potential, it's a high vibration waiting for oscillation expansion, light emission. So that's happening all the time, dum, 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 through every particle of your consciousness.
It affects everything, the DNA.
And you are the microcosm of the macrocosm, which means you are a compression of the universe, compressed right down here into you, and all the workings that you see in the stars of the heavens are all parts of your own anatomy.
Incredible, isn't it?
Right?
As
Every
well as
part.
the Earth, as well as the Earth.
Well, the Earth's a part of it too, because the
Yes,
particles
that's
are
right.
made from the Earth, right? And which is a part of the matter base, which is going to now be integrated with the spiritual reality. The light of the sun, the earth of the mother, creation of you.
So it'll still be the same.
It will be the same, but it'll be in balance, and you're connecting, instead of being controlled by a shut down matrix, the earth shut down, all the spherical energies on the earth are shut down,
Okay.
partially.
So it'll be
Partially.
full access.
You're taking another host. You're not going to be accessing the outer fields of distortion. You're going to create new outer fields of hosting codes,
Consciousness, a higher
consciousness,
Which is the purity.
which is the purity of
all.
those parts of yourself are coming back to you to say, let's get rid of the distortions you've got in your mind, your body-mind. And let's, from the core encryption, join in with the true, what we call a virgin womb, really. It's like, the Virgin Mother. That would be what it was. The Virgin Mother would be that womb around you, that matrix around you, which is undefiled.
Placenta?
Well, you have a placenta,
It's like another unit.
that would be like your attachment to this.
Source.
Your attachment to
Is
that.
this just all mind stuff? Why don't we just bring in the mind and be done with it and give it out?
Yeah, but I think it's important to realise that there is a false matrix that's created this false body.
Yeah, that false is absolutely on the way out now.
Oh, it's on the way out only because we have a host which can give us new codes, and in the new code of the body, we can actually transmute the old codes that are dragging us down. Right?
Yeah.
The old codes that we've inherited through hybridization and through teachings, words that have been spoken over eons of time, those codes are recorded in the biological computer, and they are aligned with black hole, and the black hole's using that attachment to pull our energy down the black hole. So you need a host to give you new codes so you can overwrite the corrupt codes and let them go.
But if people
Knowledge
don't
is
want
power.
to do this, and if people don't want to learn or anything, then maybe the black hole can take them as a waste. Sounds pretty bad.
I know, but a lot of people who know they're coded to the black hole don't like the idea of being sucked in as food for the other matrix. They don't like the idea. I know a few people we've spoken with in our groups and that, they know they're coded, the majority of their quantum is coded black hole, and they don't like it.
So what to fix it then?
Well, that's the same old thing. It's the same religious teaching. Repent means disconnect from it. Connect to the host, which is now trying to host you out of it.
Yeah, help.
It's here. But people have got to see in their own understanding there's this distinction. They've got to see that they're currently being drawn in as energy to the black hole. But to escape that, they must make a decision in their mind to go into the lifting up cycle. And it's here now to help. But people can't see it in a mind that's already controlled.
No, they're not being told of it, are they?
Well, I think we've got to be able to teach them in some practical way. This is what's happening. And that's why I've done the YouTubes on things, to show people what's happening.
Yeah, they're good.
Some people thank me for it, and other people say, oh, BS, BS.
No, we thank you for coming in.
So, what I'm saying? So, if we don't go into the higher structure of original consciousness, we're going to remain under the weather of the distorted consciousness, which is lined up with the black hole, and is already being ripped out, has been for a long time. So people have to see that distinction clearly in their mind as a practical thing, so they can make a decision. And that's the old thing of the church, repent. That the church message became a different kind of control doctrine as well.
So because we won't be here in another 300 years in our physical body, when we go down the black hole,
You say when you go down the black hole.
No, what did you say, darling? No, we're not going down the black hole. That's not being here.
I'm trying to teach you that. You don't have to go down the black hole.
we don't want to be a ghost either.
No, but
It's not that.
this is what the teaching says.
We want to ascend, and where will we be?
The teaching says If you can get your biological anatomy up to a frequency where you can transport your body into another planet organic system, you can do your continued evolution of consciousness on another planet somewhere, another galaxy or whatever.
On a higher dimension.
On a higher dimension, or even this same dimension, but because you've got a 4.5 DNA strand accretion, you've walked out and established a living memory of 4.5 out of the 12, out of the 144 subharmonics, you've actually gone to 4.5. You've gone up to, on this graph here before, you've done dimensions 1, 2, 3, you've gone into 4, and you've started reforming your fifth dimensional consciousness, and your body has upgraded, and its frequency is able to transport, or even if you dropped a body, you're able to reincarnate in a higher frequency.
Just relocate.
Relocate, but you can't get off the earth if you've got a gross consciousness.
Yeah.
You can't get off, you can't make, people think you're going to die and then go to some other planet.
But because we're all going to pass away in the next 50 years.
Maybe, but maybe not. Cause
Just go walk straight out.
I'd like to walk through, even limping,
Yeah. But it's 300 years away.
No, we've got to get off the galaxy in 200 years anyway.
Yeah.
This is what the teaching is, that the whole galaxy, and even all the galaxies in this very small universe, it's in a implosion, it's in a degradation.
It's broken off from the Andromedan galaxy, but aren't we going to join that into it?
Well, that will be the whole regenesis if we're able to do it in time. We may not be able to.
I heard we are.
That's why.
My feeling is we're going to do that.
Well,
The Earth now is bringing so much light that she's evolving, just as some of us that are a bit more aware are as well. And she's going to go on.
There's lots of different kind of outlooks on the whole thing. I've heard 100 different kind of outlooks.
I bet you have.
And all of it can be, some of it can be wishful thinking, some of it can be a reality. Some people say there's spacecraft coming to help us and evacuate us and all sorts of stuff. But in this Kathara teaching it says, in 200 years the gates will be shut. What does that mean? It's in the Bible too, right? The gates will be shut. What does it mean? It means that the vortex energy ascension portals that would normally migrate your consciousness from one density to the next, they won't be functioning anymore. They're going to be shut down to quarantine the whole galaxy so that the invaders cannot infiltrate higher dimensions.
So Andromeda Nebula, is that in not a distorted state, or is it also distorted like?
Well, I got a feeling.
Galaxy.
I got a feeling it's sitting on higher dimensional frequencies, and the reason we fell out of the higher dimension was because of intruder raceline, invasion.
Yes. So we can still see galaxies that are still undistorted.
Possibly, although I think anything you can see optically has got maybe on a high frequency, but there could be distortions in there because some of the things have happened right through to about 11.5 frequency band on high dimensions. So some distortions are running very high.
Yeah, and we're on the Orion armband, so that's what the Orion 1111 gates were all about, to open up to rejoin back into the other galaxy, I thought.
Well, we've been trying to bring consciousness back to Andromeda Galaxy for a long time and
Through
spiral
the
it back in.
Yeah.
And
Through the pyramids.
Yeah.
it's not a pyramid power now, it's holographic now. See, pyramid was an ancient technology that they had to link together the invader race lines came through the pyramidal power.
The Stargate portals, aren't they?
Yeah, but they came through to run their agendas and intrude upon planets.
Was that why the pyramids were constructed here, or were they like taken over by the intruder race lines?
Originally, the original pyramid in Giza and that, they had a good purpose 50,000 years ago they were built.
The intent was good.
But they got taken over and rebuilt by other things as well. But in the time where they used those pyramids, it was for like a federation of light kind of thing, but it was with a Christic mission. So there was a Christic mission,
Yes.
even though it was in a galaxy where they used pyramids to actually transmit energies that were not for the right purpose.
Well, we saw this very interesting DVD on the pyramids, and actually it's pretty obvious when it, when it was said on this DVD that there's been explosions in the Great Pyramid. There were still traces of like soot and the sarcophagus, because it's damaged due to an explosion. That's probably probably when it was taken over by the Dark Agenda.
Could have been too.
Yeah.
They can't find, there's 22 million bricks in the pyramid when they built it, but only one has got a code in it that is supposed to help humanity ascend, and they can't find that brick.
It's not time yet, is it?
And that's probably why they're exploding, they're looking deeper inside the structure.
I think there's a lot of stuff going on in Egypt.
Yes, there is. And I was told the Sphinx holds the secret, and I asked them what that was, and they said, we can't tell you, it's not time yet.
Well, it has to be the same secret that we hold in our heart.
Well, we're all one, so I suppose it's just that we're dumbed down a bit at the moment.
Anyway, our intention is to hook up and join with the Guardian Alliance, which is our own higher dimensional structure. It's our own self, original, authentic blueprint, template, encryption of life that we came forth with to create, to reinstall our perpetual motion life structure within our own anatomy. That's why we're here, right?
Yes.
We can talk about all these other things that are happening. Who knows what's happening for what reason? So,
That's very much my feeling on it. So that's why, Grant, I just get on with what I do and just fill myself with light, and I've got all the chakras working in harmony now. I've been told that all the spirals and circles are complete, and it's like, I'm there now. Where's there?
yeah, but I mean,
And
you
what
can
level
feel
is
the flow. We've got a stellar activation cycle, which means the cosmic clock is lining up through all the harmonics.
Yeah.
And it happens every 25,556 years through 6 small time cycles. It's right at the moment where it's supposed to be lining up. It's 2,000 years early, actually, because the black hole agenda of time rip was ripping time sequence out to pull time back to a 10,000 BC time period where we lined up exactly with the vortex energy to the black hole. So they've been pulling time sequence back, so we're actually lining up with 10,000 BC. They've done it intentionally 2,000 years early so that the normal organic alignment of the stellar activation cycle would be 2,000 years later. But they've actually tried to rip us off and vacuum clean us out beforehand. So we've actually had to bring a time cycle in to readjust the stellar activation cycle to come in line with the black hole vortex.
So when you say we line up, diagram, because we're going around it in an orbit, we're always in a line with it. So do you mean we're lining up because there's other planets in the same
time cycles? You know how the clocks. You know how the clocks. They should always be working in certain synchronous ways.
Yes, and all the numbers line up with the centre.
But you see, because of time rip technology and beta raceline technology, they can move time cycles, make a planet go quicker, and wind time energy out and things like that. So the whole thing's been thrown out of array, and they've done it to line up a black hole alignment with Earth, so they can rip the energies out. Time is energy, is matter, is space. It all works in the hologram as energy. It depends how you use it. So time rip technology is where they pull out certain segments of time from the hologram and shorten up the cycles. Right? So they've been, the Mayan mother matrix, which is implanted through South America, North America and Asia, the temples there through Maya, they were alien intruders, race lines, working certain imprints on the earth to wind time back, to bring the 2012 alignment to today. And they predict 2012 alignment is real, and all consensuses say, yes, it is real, and there is a major time rip about to happen, so that the true organic stellar activation timeline has been brought to match up with the 2012 alignment, so that we have a hope of transmuting the energies of the black hole in that time, which is we're right in now. So we use the time. Well, we use the Christic, the crystal river flow, which is the healing waves from the centre of the galaxy. From the centre of the galaxy, you've also got a black hole wormhole coming from the centre, vacuuming energy out to feed families in another matrix.
So also in the black hole, in the centre of the galaxy, there's a million suns. Is that where the Christic energy is coming from?
Well, the Christic energies will be coming from, there's three, it's called a trimatrix host. There's three matrices triangulating to bring a beam of energy, a life-giving crystalline structure through the core of the galaxy, through the core of the sun, into the core of the earth, into our core, right? So that's the life-giving timing frequencies of the crystal river. And it's overriding the corruption of the black hole wormhole vortex system, which is lined up right here in 2012.
Yeah, I see.
And I've been told that the balance is well and truly over into the light now, that we've sort of won, if you like.
In 2008 we did.
Well, you know, there's a lot of different stories happening because you know the dark flowering of consciousness that came out beginning of this year, where well, you know, we talked about in sliders 12.
Okay, I haven't seen that one yet.
There's a natural flowering of a fragrance, of a beauty, of harmonics and everything of the Christic reality, which is the normal flowering of your own being. Well, there's also a dark flowering of consciousness, which are very, very powerful, high-dimensional dark avatars that are coming in under contract to destroy any efforts in the Earth to align with cell activation cycle. So there's a lot of that in here, but at the same time, there's a lot of help from out there coming in, because I've sensed it myself. I've been calling it for about just over a year now. It's called the Cosmic Commando Collective, which is commando means they have the elemental command. They can command and change and shape things through high frequency intervention. It doesn't stop people's own sowing and reaping of karma and everything, but it puts the brakes on the whole process. It puts the brakes on to give a transition time, a safe transition for those who are intending to do
The intent is
to do the goodwill and everything else, right? So there's a lot of help coming from outside now, from multi-cosmic structures into the universe, into the galaxies, into our space-time realities, to really help those who want to lift themselves out of this, right? So see now.
Always healthy.
Yes, I felt that strongly. This safe transition, I like that. Okay.
Well, we want the safe transition because how long have we been in the earth here as operatives? We've been here reincarnating time and time and time again, trying to bring the Christic mission or the goodness and bring the life back. And time again we've been thwarted by these invader race lines.
That might be a part of Gaia's plan to sort out who are the ones that want to ascend.
Now's a big time for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And a lot of people haven't heard yet.
I believe she's already high vibration, but she's dedicated her life to being this purpose.
Yeah. And she's saying that all of us now can receive this Christic coding, which is going to enlighten us and empower us to, you know, to overcome the distortions that are already in our bodies through the flesh that we've inherited through our parents and lineages, right?
Well, through her, we got the flesh.
Let's I'll just read this here. It's called the Christa Asia Declarium. The vow of the Christ star, knowing that we came from a star, our original star encryption, we came into the density, and now we're returning as a star again, form, right? Out again, right? It's called Christ Star Ascension. So it's just a very nice little thing. It says, it's like a poem. One blood, one mind, one life divine. One mind, one heart, shall never part. One heart, one sight, brings in the light. One light, one love, Christ star above. One love, one kiss, breathes in the mist. One breath, one sigh, one christened eye. One eye, one prism, one crystal vision. One love, one vision, the crystal river mission. Christ star, I embrace you and your eternal Christed love light. Aminia, Aminia, Aminia.
Beautiful.
So that's just one of the things from Sliders 12, I think it was.
And that has almost brought tears to my eyes because I received one not as full and as lovely as that, but the one that I am, not the one life, the one being, the one consciousness, the one love.
It's in here, isn't it?
It is. Yours is much fuller.
This
than
this
what I got.
this is Ashiana. She brought this in with the last workshop that we did here, and
I don't remember that.
When is she coming to Australia?
I don't know whether she hasn't been here yet.
Oh, or when she runs something over in the States, maybe we should all go.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the cash.
Yeah,
Why is
oh,
something
that
coming up?
is something.
Well, there is one in August. Oh, this month, yeah.
Oh, that's
But you know how the ashram broadcasts on the internet?
Yes.
Satsang, why can't they do that too? And you know, and be paid to access it.
That would be great.
Yeah, then we'd all get together. And,
I suppose she's got the videos, hasn't she?
Well, yeah, then we buy them afterwards.
We're looking for the latest workshop to come out, actually. Hasn't come online yet.
Has she had it yet? When was it on?
In May.
Oh, in May. Oh, then it will come out.
That was the big upheaval, you know, with the,
Yeah.
Oh, the split. Oh, yeah. Maybe things reach a certain height and they've got to go through the next polarity.
things change and they need to change, but yeah, so we'll see how it all goes on from now.
This is a little bit, it's on the same vein, but it's a bit different. Shall I just pass it on to you? Or?
Yeah, we'll have a look at it later on. I'm just going to, I think we should do the dial-up.
Dial-up, yes.
Have you got one there, you guys?
Yes,
Okay.
I've passed
Now, have I got-
my copy.
Let me just see where you got the latest one. Let me just have a look though.
Yes, that's the same one, Grant.
Yeah, I'm just making sure I got it's all the same as what I got here.
I think so. It's the latest
Dennis sent his videos. It's because it's his birthday today, so he's got family now.
Oh, I see. Oh, so he's still coming?
And Michelle will come next time.
Oh, good.
Michelle
think we're
visit her shoulder. She's having cortisone.
Who was that?
Dennis couldn't make it.
Yeah.
It's his birthday and he's got his family around. He sends regards. He'll come next time. And Michelle Waterfall again in person.
All
Will
right.
come next time.
Yeah, it's good.
She's just having needles in her shoulder. Cortisone.
That's her name, Waterfall,
It's
isn't
her
it?
real name.
And a Waterfall Gully Road, is it after her?
Okay then, guys.
We'll change it to Crystal,
What we're going to do is the Trinity Arc private line priming sequence called the dial-up. And the reason we use the dial-up is because we're using sound tones through voice, you know, through the Anahazi and also other hybrid theme languages, which is actually aligning with higher frequencies of communication, part of our original structures of consciousness. And when you make the invocations and you visualize these symbols here, you're actually bringing and attracting that energy. That's why we put the codes all around the floor here.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Right, this is drawing the energies in, because it's like anything. If you put that pattern there, you attract those energies. Right? So this is what we're doing, dialing up. And if you want to make a bit of a really strong intention when you're calling the groups, you know, like the Kumsa, Eho, Direteta, calling those particular parts of consciousness that are here to help us, if you give it a strong intention that you're really bringing them in and allowing that energy of your own station of consciousness to flow in to you from within and from above and below, and just bring it in, okay? It's a good thing to do. Okay, let's go then, you guys. You got it all there? In the name of the Melchizedek Cloister Emerald Order, Holy Order of the Unified Sacred House of One, Maharata Kumbai Vectors, Enable Kai Unigli Umbai Vectai, Maha Bai Vectai Unurai Unamo, Iste Unte Iste Traja Hehera, Patate Umma, Eshalom Taheja Interdoe, Shade Ureya Kumtun Akumtun, Shade Ureya Kumtun Akumtun, Shade Ureya Kumtun. Ma Hawete Unisa Eshadur, Ma Hawete Unisa Eshadur, Ma Hawete Unisa Eshadur. Le Tore Ithwa Duete Niwa, Le Tore Ithwa Duete Niwa, Le Tore Ithwa Duete Niwa. I am the Adondra 360 now. I am the Adondra 360 now. I am the Adondra 360 now. Adondra Iesta Uchiwa Adonai. Adondra Iesta Uchiwa Adonai. Adondra Iesta Uchiwa Adonai. Ekusha Etume Shraota Amareya. Ekusha Etume Shraota Amareya. Ekusha Etume Shraota Amareya. Asurashan Hone Etalu. Asurashan Hone Etalu. Asurashan Hone Etalu. Taisha Interdore. Taisha Interdore. Taisha Interdore. Om Mate Padion Dio. Om Mate Padion Dio. Om Mate Padion Ito Encha Asian Ita Deo. Om Mate Padion Dio. Om Mate Padion Dio. Om Mate Padion Ito Encha Asian Ita Deo. Om Mate Padion Dio. Om Mate Padion Dio. Om Mate Padion Ito Encha Asian Ita Deo. Now the command for the initial encryption. Shalom etu enta. Shalom et sida ne utsa. Shalom da inter orum ishu. Sabe unit jeshwa di. The Aquarian Crystal River Prayer and Invocation for Crystal River Activation and Amplification. Part 1. Ulsate Rehavea Crystalo. The Crystal River Prayer Sanctification. Diva inture ista intado, Rehavea Crystalo. Iraho itina have, itotore enchae nuvoete intaro. Siva lene urtu encale. Dehi niva e salasso enduethra don aquarium. Dehi urto tridila urintaro di hautur. Cum saeho drete ta cum saeho drete ta enta crystale. Cum saeho drete ta aqueous. Cum saeho drete ta aquafari. Cum saeho drete ta aquari. Cum saeho drete ta hatu. Cum saeho drete ta elne. Cum saeho drete ta iane. Cum saeho drete ta iane ma poete. Cum saeho drete ta ushele zundu rosete. Cum saeho drete ta mashaya hana aquion. Cum saeho drete ta al umbra magistracy councils of Cosminius and God's source first eternal. Cum saeho drete ta ut aurore. Bendi duro ameja ut aurore aquion. Bendi hale ishanua ut aurore aquion. Bendi rame rathagentu ut aurore aquion. Breathing forth now the crystal river of eternal first creation. Bring forth now the healing waters of the Edom Shadi. Bring forth now the gentle windsong of the sacred unison. Bring forth here the radiant starlight of eternally starborn. Let the crystal river flow unto my doorstep. Let the crystal river cleanse and heal my soul. May the crystal river love song all embracing emerge now from my Christed crystal core to softly call me home. Diva into re stantavo, re aleaum Christalo. Diva into re stantavo, re aleaum Christalo. Diva into re stantavo, re aleaum Christalo. Ashalom tari kashadu, ashalom tari kashadu, ashalom tari kashadu. Part 2. Rehavia crystallo elementi invocae. The crystal river elemental command invocation, Christian sanctification and selfish right of reclamation. In the name of the Melchizedek cloister Emerald Order, Holy Order of the Unified, Sacred House of One. In the Christian name and action of the Alhambra Magistracy Councils of Cosminias and God's Source First Eternal. In the name of the Messiah Hana of Aquarium, Council of Aquarium. In the name of the Councils of Crystal A. In the name of the Councils of Crystal River. In the name of the Councils of Aurora. We call upon the Christian powers of the Shah E Dan Amor, Eternal Wind Song. We call upon the Christian powers of the Ja'ete Dura, Eternal Flame of Divine Fire. We call upon the Christian powers of the Aya Quiel, Eternal Water Flow. We call upon the Christian powers of the Etalea Crystallate, Eternal Foundation Stone. We call upon the Christian powers of the Eta Chalet, Eternal Fire Ice Ethers. We now command with the entrusted powers of Aurora Light. We now invoke the Eternal Christed Sun to co-create, release and renew this place. This place where we're sitting, our bodies, which are the temples of the living one. Every space-time incarnation of our journey from source right through time. Every vector line, event horizon and now time moment of action of our temple. Every moment right now available to us from our high mind of observation beyond time, looking down through all space-time matrices, able to change and rearrange all choices and decisions made right now, right here, choosing again with the power to correct, the power to heal, the power to travel in time and teach Christic realities, to learn Christic realities and to work according to the Christic mission, able to change probability lines and manifestations in space-time. Right here, right now, through our holy high power, we oversee and change and rearrange all things to bring us today the choices we would have made in times past and future. We now declare in eternal sanctification this place, this land, and all within, into the Christian protection herein set, that the spirit of Earth Sala rise, the power of Earth Sala heal, the wisdom of Earth Sala here within preside. In the name of the eternal Christ of first creation, and by the divine vehicle of the Rehavia Crystallo, in co-creative Christian grace, with absolute humility, absolute love, and absolute forgiving, and only in absolute service to the eternal Christ and its ever-loving, healing devotion to all life everywhere. We banish now from this sacred place all that is unwilling to receive the absolute cleansing of the Christolate within the covenants of divine right order and divine right timing, as only eternal God source can know. In loving Christiac service, we offer release and host arrangement to all those present whom are in need and seek to heal within the sacred cleansing field of Earth Sala and the eternal divine flows of the Rehavia Christolo. In Christiac reverence, joy and gratitude for the unceasing love and mercy of the one source most divine, we end now and complete this Christiac sanctification and salvage rite of reclamation. In the name of the one true source, God eternal, in the name of the Christ divine, in the name of the Rehavia Christolo, in the Christian name and action of the Alhambra Magistracy Councils of Cosminias and God Source First Eternal, in the name of the Mashaya Hana Council of Aquarium, in the name of the Councils of Christolate, in the name of the Councils of Crystal River, in the name of the Councils of Aurora, in the name of the Melchizedek Cloister, Emerald Order, Holy Order of the Unified, Sacred House of One, and in the name of your spiritual name, the eternally Christiac, I am this I am, Taesha inter Dore, Taesha inter Dore, Taesha inter Dore. Now we finish with the Son of Aurora, 3 rounds. Has everyone got it there? Yep. You right, mate? Oh. Okay. Bitu eteta ete, janete uetae. Bitu eteta ete, ishanu enashale. Ishmael intedurete, disala enteshadure. Sanu en le tanusha enteutalei. Nita blende sunuake, lava unishmatae, orto mentesh teshali, lava unishmatae, esnaveho ensadekali, nita udu eteshadae, nifake enteshalure, desalae nuruja enteishnae, later blena hirudale, bitu atetaete, janate uetae, bitu atetaete, ishanu enashale, ishmatael entedurefe, tisala enteshadure, sanu en le tanusha enteutale, mita blinde sunuake, lava unishmatae, odo mentesh teshali, lava unishmatae, isnaveho ensadekali, mita udu eteshadae, nipake enteshalure, tesanae nuruja enteishmanei, letu blena hirudale, bitu atetaete, janate uetae, bitu atetaete, ishanu enashale, ishmatael entedurefe, tisala enteshadure, sanu en le tanusha enteutale, mita blende sunuake, lava unishmatae, oto mentesh teshali, lava unishmatae, esnaveho ensadekali, Mita eta shada e, nifake and teshalune, desala e nuja eta ishmanedi, lay to blend ahiruda, state and affirm with absolute and unshakable conviction the will to be as the eternal Christ our body in the Sunu arche Christed transcendent state, opens the Luna Dale Risha veil and first Lahi de Sala density 2 Sala soul's passage and related flows. So that's just one of the beautiful things we do, yeah, on a dial-up, yeah. I reckon we should all start getting songbooks, eh? What do you reckon? Because that way we can sing a few of the songs. You know, we're not really supposed to copy them out or anything, but you know, you can buy these online. How much are they?
Oh, not expensive, though. $15, I think. Yeah.
If you get the songbook, then you know
Value.
there are other bits and pieces we've got, you know, as well.
These all got page numbers.
Yeah, I know. There are some different versions of the songbook got different numbers, and you know, some of us have got the later, some of us got the earlier, and we've got to keep on checking the page numbers. This is called the Melchizedek Cloister Emerald Order Sacred Songs. Here, I'll let you have a look. Sacred Costumes.
Well, that's what it always looks like to me. Sacred possums.
Songs. It's like psalms.
Yeah, but possums are nice to be.
Yeah, that's where's do you want to make Aboriginal animal totems with a possum? Yeah.
Possums, I think.
The Aussie version.
One thing we can do is we can sing a couple of songs out of the book. I think you've got copied, haven't you? You've got your book there.
Yes.
Esra Kananda, you've got some copy there, so I can share my book over that side.
And you share then yours with Grant.
So we'll look up the I Am song.
Yes, the I Am Prayer, that's my favourite.
Because this is a very easy one to sing, and it's in the English language kind of thing. But you know, the reason for singing songs is to bring the frequency in.
Yes.
Right? Your intention, even though this one's in English, your intention is to, you know, it's very descriptive language, to bring in those energies. And when you sing in the Anuhasi or the theme languages, you're actually connecting with higher dimensional DNA constructs, which are harmonics, tuning to your hidden codes and re-stimulating your codes up here, right? So you are the temple of the living God, and as you make these sound tones, you're the instrument attuning with higher dimensional structure. So it's on page 15 there. Okay.
Have you got a copy? Or
Yep.
this one?
Okay, so
Oh, that's the one I read out of the,
okay. Did you actually read it out? Yeah. Okay.
the body ones.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so this is just an easy one to sing.
I must have a copy of that because you gave it to me.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. You've got that. It was a downloadable one on the internet, that one.
Okay.
So it goes. Okay.
Wow, cool.
Okay, so is everybody got it there? Okay, so I am a child of the original one. I am a ray of the original sun. I am wholeness, I am love. I am the
the truth that spans the sands of time. I am the rainbow of the very first shine. I am music, I am light. Let the light descend upon me, guide the way with golden light. No other God will stand before me as I embrace the one true light. I was born to live by the will of the original one. I am a face of the original God. I am a voice of the original sound. I am a wave upon the ocean of eternal light. I reach my arms up to the heavens and say I am, this I am. The presence of the Ancient One springs forth at my command. I am one with God. I am, this I am. And as I decree it, so it is.
And just breathe in the code. Pineal gland down to the body. Okay, so I reckon there's another song in here we could probably sing. We've obviously got to get some song bits, you guys.
Yeah, they're good, aren't they? Took a lucky number.
Maybe not everyone's got this one, but maybe we can do the youngers together, Sylvia and I. You guys haven't got it. I don't know if you've got it there. You'll have to get yourself that songbooks coming soon. But you've got on there. It's page 49 on my one. Yeah. So do you want to share this with me?
One of the spouses do that.
You know how the ringtone goes?
It's called the Nave harmonic, Rushelay ringtones and spantones.
And the next one comes the next one.
So everyone's got it, right? So this is how we do it, and we'll go slow. We'll go slow again. So Yamo Nada Tao, Yamo Dhamma Maja, Yamo Shafa Inaka, Yamo Daura, Yamo Itasha, Yamo Jadala, Yamo Kakara, Yamo Aria, Ekra Era Thathaka, Yamo Kala Tajada, Yamo Lasha Jada Ida, Yamo Shara Ida Tau, Yamo Raka Taujafan, Yamo Kama Jafa Dama, Yamo Mata Dama Nada. Okay? Then you go to the next one, Komal. And normally we go up a little bit faster in pace as we go along. So it's Komal Nada Tau, Komal Dama Maja, Komal Jafa Inaka, Komal Daura, Komal Idasha, Komal Jadala, Komal Kathara, Komal Aria, Ikwa Era Thathaka, Komal Kala Tajada, Komal Lasha Jada Ida, Komal Shara Ida Dam, Komal Raka Tajafa, Komal Kama Jafa Dama, Komal Mata Dama Nada. Let's go next one. Camel Nada Tao, Camel Dama Maja, Camel Jafa Inaka, Camel Daura, Camel Idasha, Camel Jadala, Camel Kathara, Camel Aria, Ekra Era Thathaka, Camel Kala Tajata, Camel Lasha Jada Ida, Camel Shara Ida Tam, Camel Raka Tajafa, Camel Kama Jafa Dama, Camel Mata Dama Nada. Shamo Nada Tao, Shamo Dama Maja, Shamo Jafa Inaka, Shamo Daura, Shamo Idasha, Shamo Jadala, Shamo Kathara, Shamo Aria, Ekra Era Thathaka, Shamo Kala Tajata, Shamo Lasha Jada Ida, Shamo Jara Ida Tau, Shamo Raka Tajafa, Shamo Kama Jafa Dama, Shamo Mata Dama Nada. Last one. Shamo Nada Tao, Shamo Dama Maja, Shamo Jafa Inaka, Shamo Daura, Shamo Idasha, Shamo Jadala, Shamo Kathara, Shamo Aria, Ekra Era Thathaka, Shamo Kala Tajata, Shamo Lasha Jada Ida, Shamo Shara Ida Ta, Shamo Raka Tajafa, Shamo Kama Jafa Dama, Shamo Mata Dama Nada.
And I'm not going to say, I didn't say
Eh?
that.
It's good, isn't it? But we sing it a bit quicker than that.
Yeah, I know they say
We can go quick because we're getting used to it, and
Momentum,
yeah, and it builds a frequency too.
So is that a particular language or is that just sound? It's not code?
These are the Anahazi language terms, and they represent. I'll just over the page it'll tell you. It says these are the Navi. Remember when you see Avatar the movie?
Yeah.
You see that race called the Navi? Right,
Yes.
similar kind
On the
of.
planet.
Yeah.
Right.
So Navi, harmonic, Rachele ringtones. These actually represent different kind of states of matter. Like density 1 is the solid core, which is the cloud vapor kind of in the core, and these are the sound tones: nada, edama, jata. Density 2 is the aquifers, the liquid core, inside the earth, and it's tau, ida, jada. Density 3 is the mantle, which we're on as a crystal, taor, maja, inaka. Density 4 is the atmospheric, ra, la. Density 5 is the vapors, ka, fa, ra. So we're talking about from the core of the earth into the next harmonic, next harmonic, next harmonic, next harmonic. Our body's the same. So we're actually stating the frequency of the different matter-based consistencies of these organic structures, right? They're called them.
Crusted crystal, you see.
Yes, dimension number 9. Yeah, we're standing on dimension 9 of, this system.
The word, love it.
Turn to page 39 on there, you guys.
very important number.
39, is it? You're 39?
She's a 139. I think it's 390.
Oh, that's been important then, mate. 3 and 9 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. Divinity. So, this is the prayer for safe passage to heaven.
But she's a storm.
She's a storm.
A little bit, this storm. She's quite very around it. It's all numbers.
It's all numbers, words and numbers. Electromagnetic tonal signatures of encryptions like a lattice work of control, opening and shutting constellations of thought energies to create your own personal self-identity, reality, hologram. Do you know what I mean?
Sort of.
Absolutely.
But that's what it is, isn't it? It's mathematics, electromagnetic polarities, differentiations of expression. All things are different, but contained within the oneness of wholeness.
I say sort of because I like to sort it out.
You let.
And I go,
This is one of the key verses in the Bible. Let that mind that was in Christ Jesus be in you. Let it. Don't resist it, let it. Resist the devil, in other words, resist using the carnal mind, but let the mind of Christ be in you, and consider it not robbery to call yourself equal with God, who created you as the offspring of itself in its own image and likeness.
Was it Paul actually who said that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, yeah.
Doesn't
matter.
matter because Paul was one of the most enlightened.
You reckon?
Yeah. No, because there's lots of people against Paul, in the Bible teachings.
Puts women down.
No, it doesn't. It's a metaphor.
Oh,
Women, when you go into the churches, cover your heads. What does that mean? Everyone here is a woman. Everyone here is a woman.
right.
We're all women.
But
When you go into the congregation, cover your head. Don't listen to the preacher. When you go home, go into your closet. This is your husband. This is the bride. Ask your husband. Right? Get it? It's a metaphor. He spoke everything in hidden mysteries.
Oh, I see, but it's been
But that is
misinterpreted.
The churches.
hidden, isn't it? I mean,
No,
gosh, you're
but
really going away
no,
from that.
no, but in the old days, the way they used to learn was through mystery schools and symbolism because they couldn't outwardly teach it because of the condemnation. So they used to put mysteries and concealments through codes so that those who wanted to find out could actually use the symbolism to find out what it meant. And that's why.
And isn't it interesting that they actually did wear hats on the top of their heads or stuff?
Yeah.
Back in those days.
back in those days, and even now in churches, like
Yeah.
a lot of people go in with a head covering on because if they're women, and a lot of religious cults have got the dressings.
When we were young.
So that was just because they didn't understand the mystery, they took it literally.
Yes, yes.
But everyone is a woman. Everyone is receiver of a seed. You know, what seed are you receiving? The incorruptible, undefiled seed of the at one-ment, which is Christ in you, your hope of glory. That's what you're conceiving in the virgin mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
When you say,
That's interesting.
when you say Paul was the most enlightened one, so he turned the corner when he was struck down and fell down and had the vision or something, because before then he was murdering Christians.
Yeah, but he was doing it very zealously. He was doing it with the utmost proficiency because he thought it was right.
Yeah, but totally, like...
Because he was protecting the religious Pharisaical cults,
Yeah.
because he thought that that law was the law until he got enlightened to the fact that, you know,
Yeah.
the law is liberty that works in you, as Christ in you is the law of liberty. Until he found that out, he was zealously standing for the law, stopping everyone else who was trying to overthrow the law.
Oh, okay, that's an
He was
interesting
the first in
interpretation.
England,
Yes.
He was the first in